Hi, and welcome to Horror Recapped. Today we will be examining 1994's Night of the Demons 2. Beware, spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. The movie begins as we see two Christians, a male and a female, walk up to a very shabby-looking building. They knock, and after getting no response, walk into the house, only to find it in a worse state than it seemed from the outside. They find a lady, Angela, dressed in a black gown inside the house. Angela invites both her guests to have dinner with her. Right before they eat, however, both guests discover a miniature sculpture of the devil in a tuxedo placed on the cake Angela invited them to eat. Feeling spooked, they look to the side, only to notice an open coffin. At this point, they mention they'd be skipping the cake and decide to run for it. Angela sighs and then replies, "Oh, don't be silly. It's devil food." She then proceeds to violently slice them up. In a Catholic school, three girls named Terry, Shirley, and Bibi share a scary story about how Angela hosted a party at a house called Hull House. The party ended up as a massacre where everyone died and Angela went missing. At this point, a fourth girl, Melissa, aka Mouse, walks in and then asks them not to joke about things like that. We later see Mouse having a nightmare where she is visited by Angela, who transforms into a monster. Mouse wakes up and begins screaming, waking everyone up in the process. Reverend Sister Gloria, the main nun in charge of the Catholic school, gets visited by Father Bob, who is the highest positioned reverend in the academy. Father Bob asks Sister Gloria to let the children in the academy have a more active role in the organization of the school dance. The school dance was scheduled for that evening. He explains how he wants the children to unwind and burn up some youthful exorbitance. Sister Gloria immediately refuses, saying the children are all disturbed and need to be more disciplined. However, Father Bob insists on his opinion. He goes further to threaten to transfer Sister Gloria to a different area if she insisted on defying his orders. Terry, Shirley, and Bibi gossip about Mouse and how she's Angela's little sister. They get caught by Sister Gloria, who rebukes them and asks the girls to show Mouse more compassion. On his way to class, a boy, Perry, who's obsessed with proving the existence of demonic energy, gets his book stolen by Shirley. Once he finds out his book is missing, he immediately believes it was taken by two of his roommates, Kurt and Johnny, who constantly bully him. A little while later, Kurt and Shirley get into a squabble in the middle of the tennis court, which quickly turns into a humping game. Sister Gloria, who's walking by, notices this and immediately stops the humping. Furious at the kids' antics, she proceeds to punish not only Kurt and Shirley, but also Johnny and Bibi, who were both watching by the side. She forbids all four kids from going to the school dance, mentioning that they'll need the time to cool down their raging hormones. Perry sneaks into the chapel after everyone had left and proceeds to perform a demonic conjuration. He does this so he can prove the existence of demons and demonic energy. The summoning works much more than he expected, and he ends up summoning Angela, who immediately attacks him. However, Father Bob walks in at this point, causing Angela to vanish. Perry immediately thanks Father Bob and mentions the experiment and how he'd conjured a demon. However, Father Bob, who didn't see Angela, gets annoyed at Perry, saying he desecrated the sacred place and thus punishes him. He grounds Perry, forbidding him from going to the dance. Shirley invites Kurt, Johnny, Bibi, Terry, and Mouse to a party that's located outside the academy grounds. She insists that since everyone else would be at the school's Halloween party, no one would notice their absence. Shirley's boyfriend, Rick, drives into the academy grounds later that night in a vehicle, with Shirley in tow. They pick up the gang and head towards the party. A couple of minutes later, we see a young man, who we later know as Z-Boy, swap the signs on the road. He swaps the direction of Mathesville and Old Hull Road. Rick drives up to the sign a couple of minutes later and takes the path labeled Mathesville, which had been swapped by Z-Boy a while earlier. Rick drives down the path till he comes across an old abandoned house, which everyone instantly realizes is Hull House. At this point, it is revealed that both Shirley and Rick had planned with Z-Boy to lead the gang to Hull House. They mention that the party is going to hold at Hull House. Meanwhile, back at the academy, Perry finds a map on Kurt's bed which shows a path to Hull House. He then proceeds to inform Sister Gloria about his findings. At Hull House, Bibi mentions that she needs to use the restroom to freshen up, and Johnny escorts her. In the restroom, Bibi finds lipstick and stores it in her bag. Then she and Johnny proceed to a room where they make out. Meanwhile, Kurt and Terry both decide to explore the haunted building together, and, in the process, they make out. However, not too long into their exploration, they hear a shout and rush back to look for the others. They eventually find Shirley, Rick, and Z-Boy standing before a tied-up mouse, as Shirley reads a verse from the book she had stolen from Perry. After reading a couple of incantations from the book, Shirley proceeds to stab Mouse with a knife to offer her up as a sacrifice. Kurt, who can't bear to watch Mouse get murdered in cold blood, jumps at Shirley in an attempt to snatch the knife from her, causing Terry to scream. He instead gets tackled by both Z-Boy and Rick, after which they mention that the knife was simply a fake. Both Johnny and Bibi rush down to find the cause of Terry's scream, but find nothing wrong. They all untie Mouse and decide to leave the building and return to the academy. At this point, Terry mentions that she needs to use the restroom, and Kurt volunteers to follow her. On getting to the restroom, Terry opens the toilet lid only to find the head of a monster staring back at her, causing her to scream before slamming the lid shut. Kurt hears her screams and rushes into the toilet. Once he listens to Terry's explanation, he proceeds to open the toilet lid, but finds nothing there. In a different part of the haunted building, Z-Boy finds what he believes is a beautiful lady lurking around the house, so he decides to trail her. He follows her till she gets to a higher floor, where the beautiful lady transforms into the monstrous form of Angela. She kisses Z-Boy, thereby passing something into his body, after which the monstrous Angela has sex with him. Ew. Rick hears Z-Boy moaning and making weird sounds. He concludes that Z-Boy is probably enjoying himself. He decides to leave him in the haunted house. On the way back to the academy, Bibi gets attacked by the lipstick she found in the Hall house and tries to throw it away. Shirley grabs it from her and keeps it while making fun of Bibi. On getting to the academy, Shirley rushes to a bathroom to apply the lipstick. As she places it on her lips, however, the lipstick transforms into a snake-like monster. It proceeds to crawl into her body through her pants, causing her intense pleasure. A moment later, Angela, in her non-monstrous form, crawls out of the lipstick container and kisses Shirley. Angela, with Shirley in tow, rushes to the party where they steal the spotlight. In the process, Angela mesmerizes everyone at the party with her dancing and proceeds to dance on Johnny. However, right before she kisses him, Sister Gloria walks into the party and spots her, after which she yells, "You don't belong here," before chasing her out of the hall. Meanwhile, Shirley, who was dancing with Rick, rips off her clothes, exposing her breasts. She taunts Rick to make him grab onto them. The moment he touches them, however, Shirley's breasts deform into two hands that grab onto him. At this point, Shirley transforms into a monster herself, while the hands protruding from her chest melt Rick's hand. She then proceeds to kiss him right before snapping his neck in two. Everyone runs out of the party hall. After witnessing this, both Sister Gloria and Perry rush off to arm themselves with batches of holy water. Angela, in her monstrous form, discovers Kurt and Terry making out and chases after them. She beheads Kurt. Angela, now in her human form, walks in on her younger sister, Mouse, quietly sobbing. She entices Mouse and then convinces her to run away together. Sister Gloria, Perry, Johnny, and Bibi notice Angela escaping with Mouse, Shirley, and Rick in tow. They then proceed to chase after them to the Hall house. They, however, request Father Bob's help. On getting to the Hall house, Father Bob decides that the team should split up. He and Perry walk off together, leaving Johnny, Sister Gloria, and Bibi to search for Mouse as a team. The team, however, gets separated by the house after a door closed and refused to open, cutting Bibi off from the rest of the team. Johnny is thrown out of a window by Angela in an attempt to murder him. He, however, survives but finds himself facing a headless Kurt, who tries to kill him. Father Bob and Perry locate Rick, who had become a monster. Rick attacks them, successfully murdering Father Bob. However, Perry manages to escape after dousing Rick in holy water, which melts his face off. Perry escapes the building, only to find both Kurt and Johnny in a fight. He saves Johnny by dousing Kurt in holy water, but he's ambushed by Z-Boy, who appears from nowhere and attacks him, successfully killing him. Z-Boy runs off and then finds Bibi wandering through the house. He tries to have his way with her, but she is saved by Sister Gloria as she stumbles upon them. They are immediately ambushed by both Father Bob and Shirley. Johnny runs into the room at this moment with Perry's bag of holy water. He then douses both monsters with the water, thereby saving Sister Gloria and Bibi. Z-Boy rushes in at this moment, and to save his fellow monsters, he tries to ambush Johnny. He is killed by BB, who douses him in holy water. Sister Gloria, BB, and Johnny walk in on Angela in her monstrous form, trying to make a sacrifice of Mouse. They try to kill her, but find to their dismay that holy water is ineffective against Angela. To save Mouse, Sister Gloria proposes a deal with Angela to use her as the sacrifice instead of Mouse. Angela agrees to this, as Sister Gloria has a powerful soul. As soon as they reach the agreement, Angela causes Sister Gloria and Mouse to swap positions. She then tries to convince Mouse to take Sister Gloria's life, as she hands her a sword. This is so the power in Sister Gloria's soul would be transferred to Mouse. Mouse, however, stabs Angela and wakes Sister Gloria, who proceeds to douse her in holy water, causing Angela to melt. They all walk out of the sacrificial room, but find themselves facing Angela in a room that wasn't there earlier. Angela, who is in a half-snake, half-monster form, sets the room on fire and then slowly circles them. In an attempt to escape the room, Johnny breaks one of the wooden windows, allowing rays of sunshine into the room. The rays fall on Angela and set her on fire, causing her to implode. She takes down a portion of the wall with her, which serves as an escape route for the group. That's going to wrap up this recap. We hope you've enjoyed it. If so, please like and comment, and click the subscribe button with notifications turned on so you don't miss a single video.